I didn't know Jesus at all, what he said about himself, and that was the thing that really gripped me then. And I realised that I knew nothing about Jesus, and I thought I knew everything there was to know, and I realised how wrong I was. So I'm Dan, originally from Yorkshire. Yeah, I moved here not long after meeting my wife, so this would be the third time that I'm being baptised. I was born Catholic, and then my parents converted to Jehovah's Witnesses. My journey really did start as a Jehovah's Witness. There's something about the way witnesses prepare you for baptism, and you have to earn it. It's a reward for your knowledge and your show of works. You have to have proved over a sustained period of time that you are ready and you're devoted, and I thought I had the closest relationship with God. But I didn't know Jesus at all. You know, they still have to prove by their faith and by their works and by being baptised as a Jehovah's Witness that that you are worthy of being saved. Like, I'm answering it in the same robotic way, like, but I'm not believing the words that I'm saying. That for me was very disconcerting. So in the beginning I would look at the NIV that my wife would show me, and the thing that she said to me when she was trying to explain the Trinity, and she was trying to show me, what does Jesus say about himself? And I realised that I couldn't answer that, and I thought, and that's a terrible thing. That just shows to me that I don't know anything, and obviously me being me, I'm not going to admit that right away. So chest still up, and she said, look, turn to this scripture, and I looked at him and I was like, I and the Father are one. And I was like, well, what on earth could he mean there? What's he trying to say? And I didn't sleep that night. I was like, I and the Father are one. What does he mean? And I could not come to any real answer other than, I think I need to understand more about the Trinity. And that's where it started for me. And this was very early on when this happened. It felt like my eyes was just opened at that point. That was the deciding factor, that scripture. I could not make sense of it other than it being what it said, I and the Father are one. I think coming over to a new understanding of who Jesus said he was the biggest thing, because it changes the meaning of his sacrifice so much. Like, from a father sacrificing his favourite son to him, God coming down himself and giving up his own life. It feels really fitting that I'm getting the chance to be baptised on Easter Sunday, on the day of the resurrection. It's poetic. It just makes me feel like I've been watched over my whole life. As soon as I turn back, God just moves pieces in my life. He's brought me the family that I've always wanted. He's brought me a better understanding of him. I still had that mentality that, like, my knowledge needed to be in a certain place, and by my actions and my work, the things that I do within the congregation, all of that needed to be in such a good place before I can say, right, okay, now I can get baptised the right way. And then the congregation started talking about Galatians and Ephesians every Sunday that we were coming in. And it's no coincidence when I was just starting to change my mentality, thanks to my friend giving me a gentle nudge, all of a sudden we're studying something so relevant to me right here and right now. It's no coincidence that Paul is writing to the Galatians and telling them, you don't need to do works it's like saying that Jesus' sacrifice is not enough, and you're adding something on top, and the message just became louder and clearer that what I was taught growing up was wrong. I've spent a lifetime not knowing what Jesus said about himself, and now that I have heard what he said about himself, it's changed everything for me. I see him in a whole new way. I see what he's done in a whole new way, and it means infinitely more to me now. There could never be a more happier way to live, basically. Being close to God and him being close to you, Yeah, there can never be a better way to live.